So this is my feedback video log on my under the camera animation. I wasn't really used to this technique, I was brand new to it, but I did enjoy it and liked experimenting with tea leaves, which is what I used in this. It was completely different. I did find it difficult compared to when doing 2D, because with 2D you'll have like the frames in the corner, so you know what frame you're on if you animate sound like I am with this one. But with that in mind, that you have the frame count in the corner on program like Stopmotion that we use to film, it does actually say in the corner how many seconds or how long the footage is. So, which is good because, for example, if we look at this one, so at 1 second and 8 frames is when the party horn starts. So when filming it, you can see in the corner that how far you are through by seeing in the corner by Stopmotion. So that's something that I actually didn't realise until filming, that you could see it, because I did get lost with the calculations of the logs that I did, and kind of had to edit it a bit to get it in time with the sound, which was a problem. But as I said before, the way of logging the frames is a really good way and brilliant practice to get used to, so that you get quicker and come work it out quicker and get more and more accurate with the logs, so that when the sound is played, the animation is on time with that frame count. Like for example here at 108, so that it's slap bang in time. I'll play through the animation now so you can have a look. It is on the vlog anyway, but I'll play through it here now. So with this, the idea was that each image will metamorphosize into another one. So from this point, it was to metamorphosize to the cap that you wear for graduation, which it does. So there's a space in between for each horn, and I thought to metamorphosize it, to have a go at metamorphosizing with tea and experimenting really with this technique. The metamorphosis didn't really work towards the sound, because the sound was very it's a massive impact sound, so it's quite in your face and loud, and with the metamorphosis it makes the footage seem slow and not quick enough for the sound effect, which is a problem which I will have to change, and will actually have kind of like individual images, so that it'll be this to, so instead of having it metamorphosized, it'll be completely black here and full of tea leaves, and then when the horn blows, cut to another image like this. So we go one and hold that frame with no picture on it, and then this one appears when the horn goes on. So that's what I would do to change it. Would be to have more images and no metamorphosis, because of the impact of the sound effects. The cymbals have a meaning. There is semiotics behind it, and it's mainly to do with determination with myself, because this animation is based on my emotion, which is determination. And with this, the symbols are that this is the South African flag, and that I would say that this is the South African flag, and that this I would like to animate in South Africa and animate for companies in South Africa. The cap and gown is graduation and working and determined to go to university work and graduate to get to South Africa. And the firework meaning celebration, because with determination you forget to celebrate sometimes. You keep thinking ahead and forget about how far you've actually come so far, what you've accomplished and achieved, before you move on to the next task or next goal. And that's what the symbol is and the meaning behind the animation. As you can see here, there are stones. I did experiment with stones. It didn't work. It was frustrating, and the stones wouldn't really be that stable. They'll wobble a lot. It'll get out of place, and it was quite hard to kind of look at the screen, the monitor that the footage was on from the camera, and move the rocks, move the stones back into place where they were. But it was fun having a go, besides it moving a lot. But it was a nice touch, and it was a nice experiment. The other idea with this was to, instead of actually draw into the T, I was going to just use the T and kind of shape the T into fireworks, or the cap, or the South African flag. So that was something that I would have done if I was to do it again. Another one problem, I would say, is sometimes some of the illustrations. So it may be that you can't see what it is without somebody actually explaining what it is. That was quite a worry, that audience watching this will probably look at this and go, I don't know what it is, or what am I looking at. So that was a worry with drawing with tea leaves. To be honest, overall with this one I wasn't happy with it, and we'll be doing it again. And I will have another attempt at this animation again, because I think because I wasn't used to animating with tea, it kind of takes a while to get used to it and understand how to animate with it, and the more you do something, the better you get. So the better you get with using tea or objects, the more freedom you kind of have, because you have the ability to animate with it. But overall, I wasn't happy with this one, so I will be animating this one again and having more of an impact in it, and maybe add some more symbols as well. I think maybe let it go on a little bit longer, just add more determination symbols in there. So overall, I will be doing this again, and it'll look a lot better. Another thing that was a problem was, when filming this in the studio, security actually came along and kicked me out because it was late. So I kind of had to rush the ending, because I had to leave, and with under the camera you can't really stop halfway and set it back up and carry on again. You have to do it all in one sit-in, like stop motion animation. You got, if you're doing a movement or you're doing a scene, you'll have to keep going until you finished it, and if you mess up, you have to start again. So that was a problem, that I had to quickly rush it, more near the end with the South African flag, which is probably why I accidentally nudged it from busying around and trying to get it done. Another thing is the light box. If you notice it does move. There you go. So I accidentally moved the light box, which is a problem, and jutted the camera really. It's like the camera's moved because it's like the light box is the camera. But it does kind of give a nice effect, so I think if I carried on kind of doing that kind of movement with the light box, I could have spun it around and had a whole new effect with moving the light box, which is something that I could do again, or add to it if the next time I animate this. But I wasn't happy with this one overall, and we'll definitely be animating it again.